After a couple month hiatus, we are back. We got some catching up to do. And no, that's actually not a Keurig there. Let's haul some GIGA, shall we? You know, I always find a way to make it cornier, don't I? Welcome into GIGA Haul Part 37, probably the final installment of 2025. It's been a couple months, like I said, but I just wanted to let things accumulate. And here we are with probably one of the biggest hauls in this entire series. I cannot wait to get into it. We cannot waste any time. So let's do exactly that and dive right on into everything you see in front of you and then some, because it's spilling all over my table, to be honest. Lots of factory customs, lots of handmade customs, lots of prototypes, stuff you've never seen before. And yeah, we're going to start with some Temu stuff. That's right. I ordered my first cars, really my first order period from Temu, and I was very impressed. Obviously, it's cheap. Everything's fake, but some pretty cool factory customs like this Cal Weathers with a little bit of a different expression, slightly different colored wheels. He doesn't have the Cal Weathers text on the roof edges, and just some minor differences that scream, yeah, I'm a knockoff. But the differences actually kind of make me worthwhile when I'm only paying like $5 for it. It also pretty much came instantaneously, considering, I don't know, this stuff's coming from China. A lot of them had this little label on the base here that, yeah, again, just screams, I'm a factory custom fake bootleg counterfeit. So don't be fooled by it. But yeah, I was very impressed with Temu. A lot of ads, lots of emails that I don't necessarily need or appreciate, but I can handle that considering the deals and how quick the delivery was. So yeah, let's just ride with a couple of those for now. Here is the Radiator Springs 500.5 Lightning McQueen. Again, you have a different expression, and then the decals are also just kind of a little wonky all over the place. Like, don't believe he should have any of those Piston Cup sponsors. I think they should be the Radiator Springs sponsors. He also doesn't have any text there on the wing. You have the label there as well. Who else? Who else? Some of these I just added to the cart. I wasn't sure how different they would be. Some of them obviously ended up being better than others. Here we have a cam spinner. This one's not crazy different, but yeah, I mean, again, you're going to notice a few things. You have the black wheels there. Still the black eyelids, unfortunately. I do believe, yeah, this is like a second iteration of the cam spinner factory custom. I believe I have one before that's also a little different, but this one's probably the least notable of all the factory custom acquisitions of this video. But that's fine. Not everyone can be a banger. See if I can grab this other one here. Tommy Highbanks, the most forlorn Cars 3 stock car. Eyes are bugging out there a little bit. Such an underrated racer, though. Like, he could deserve to be on Forlorn Favorites. You can see on the back there. No. Whoa, come on, Mr. Docket. No camera, but it does have the square there, which is indented. Very strange. Because before, you know, on the official version, like, it's just a decal. It's not actually engraved. But the eyes are really the main thing here. They just kind of bug out and freak me out. Not sure if I could even handle to put one on display. But to be honest, can I even put this one on display? This Ramone might be even freakier. God, those eyes are brutal. But this one's pretty cool still. I love the shade of purple. It's a really nice paint, actually. The wheels are a little bit different here. Again, you have your label. Low and slow, if we could focus. Thank you. This one, it really comes down to the shade of purple. Obviously, the expression's crazy too, but it's a really cool shade of purple. This one's also not very different, but different in and of itself. It's a little bit. Like, I mean, with these factory customs, sometimes they hit the mark a little bit more than other times. Mr. Smokey here. Smokey's Automotive Service. Best dang garage in town. This is the shorter variant that was only released for a few months in 2017 before they quickly switched him to the longer, more accurate version. Gotta give Mattel props for that. I mean, they did make some corrections in 2017, with the matte and glossy Demolition Derby racers. Gotta give them some credit. Let's stay on the factory custom train here with Rip Klutchgonski. This one did not come from Temu, but it might as well have. Again, you can see there with the eyes being super small. And then some decal inconsistencies. Again, these are just so cheap. It's like, why not just slap in the car? I mean, these are literally a couple dollar cars. Then we're getting into some of the cooler ones here. We have a black Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen on the Cars 3 body. So a couple years ago, they came out with black Radiator Springs McQueen on the Cars 1 body. And now we get it on the Cars 3 body. I don't know what that is. It's a little gunk. Don't love that. But I do really like the expression. And it's a really nice shade of black. Which, I mean, I guess there aren't shades of black. Like, black is black. But it's clean. Like, it's a really nice glossy black. This one was from Temu. Probably one of the best offerings you could find on Temu at the moment, along with his compadre, just regular Radiator Springs Lightning McQueen in the Cars 3 body. This one also really nice, actually. The color is perfect. It's a beautiful shade of red. Decals are solid. See, Mattel, this is what happens when you start to just release crap. I mean, again, we've talked about this for a long time now, and 2026 isn't even here, but it's just not looking like a good year. So what does that make at least me do personally? Turn to some factory customs, some stuff that actually excites me here a little bit. Again, this is nothing too crazy. It's not going to sweep me off my feet or anything, but kind of keeps me engaged, and it's a little exciting hunting through Temu. Here we have white Cars 1 Lightning McQueen on the Cars 3 body. So another one that they've done prior on the Cars 1 body. In fact, that was one of the oldest factory customs, Cars 1 McQueen in white. And now they have put it on the Cars 3 body. Okay, sure. I think you guys are catching up with the theme here. Here's transforming Lightning McQueen on a Cars 3 body. But this one's a little different. They, for whatever reason, well, I think this one's kind of quote-unquote an air, like an air factory custom. But yeah, the Rust-eze logo got slapped on the roof there instead of on the spoiler. But I actually really like it. Like, I think it looks good up there. It's almost centered perfectly. So you can kind of rationalize it as intentional, even though it definitely wasn't. I mean, you can see here with the bumper decal completely misaligned. Again, they're not trying to hide it. Everyone knows they're fake. I mean, at least you should know they're fake. The factory customizers know that you know they're fake. And yet, Mattel has let them get away with this for over a decade, like 15 years now. No one cares. And I actually really enjoy, especially when they put something out like this. And yes, this is available on eBay, on AliExpress. So if you need one of these, go and get it. This one's going to sell out. It's not going to last long. Purple or pink, lavender, whatever you want to call this, magenta chrome, Lightning McQueen, Cars 1 decals on the Cars 3 model. And why not green tires and wheels too? Because why the hell not? I mean, I don't understand that. This would have been an amazing factory custom with just normal wheels, let alone the green ones here, almost giving it like a prototype vibe, but it's not. Crazy, but I am all here for it. One of the best factory customs they've put out in a very long time that I highly recommend. Again, these are just a couple dollars, so why not just kind of indulge in a different layer of the hobby. I think that's all the FCs I have at the moment. Probably missing some, but let's transition over to some prototypes here with Mike Fuse. Now in 2015, there were a lot of, as I like to call them, almost prototypes. I don't know. Maybe that's not a great term for them because they are prototypes. It's really more like almost done prototypes because Mike Fuse completely finished except for those side view mirrors that are red. And yeah, there are a handful of these out in existence that came out like this. It's not like just one happened to have these red side view mirrors. No, that was kind of Mattel just testing them out And that was the only thing that was incomplete. You can see on the base here, you have no date stamp. A couple other examples are Darla Vanderson with unpainted wheels. You have, who else? Stefan Gremsky with a bright orange door. Just one little difference. And here's another example of that, transforming Lightning McQueen, but these windows are painted over in blue. The finalized version just has them as regular windows. But another prototype that leaked out was available on eBay from China back in the day, before these ones were released. I mean, that mic fuse with red side view mirrors was actually one of the more prominent ones. The Stefan Gremsky, not as much. There was also a miniature version of MA brake drum, basically MA brake drum in Kim Carlin's model, and then there's a Kim Carlin's in a light blue, and then there's Jay Schuster with an unpainted roof rack. I might be missing a couple. Oh, probably the most popular one is Brad Windmiller without the green piston cup antenna. Those are all examples of 2015 almost done prototypes. Pretty cool. Prototypes, you say, well, how about this? I don't know if this is a prototype. I think it is. Yeah, it's got to be. So it's a bare metal Lewis Hamilton, and all of the plastic pieces are done. So you have the mouth plate, the eye plate, the side view mirrors, the wheels, and the wing. But the die-cast portion is unpainted entirely. My camera is struggling today. Too much GIGA. It's a GIGA overload. You have a little splash of red paint there. That's interesting. Yeah, not bad. Not one of the most exciting ones in the world, but I will take any prototype I can get my hands on. The well is running dry, especially because not as much has been able to leak out from Thailand relative to from China. And we are moving farther and farther away of, the Chinese era. I mean, and again, I'm not counting this new Chinese era. The old Chinese era, where kind of everything went. It's a free-for-all. Speaking of which, here is a canceled car that's made it into the Giga Hall. Not many these days. Patch, really a canceled Planes character from Planes Fire and Rescue. They did do a version of her in a playset plastic, but they were going to release this die-cast version here. You can see it's a little damaged, missing a chunk of her fork there. But yeah, pretty cool, underrated, canceled car. All right. I have some unspun cars. Nothing too exciting about these. They just don't have any rivets. As you can see here, not riveted into place, hence the rubber bands that are keeping them from literally exploding in my hands. This is a Thailand Jackson Storm here. So they do have date stamps. I don't understand how these happen. I got them cheaply, so I'm not concerned about it. Really, I wouldn't go out of my way to get these because I just don't know the source. But obviously, something happened where they're unspun, right? I mean, I guess, if you found this in like a store, it would be considered an error. Coming straight from the factory, a prototype, maybe. They're not coated, which is not great. I wish they were. But yeah, I just really don't know. No one could have removed the rivets. Like, rivets are permanent. Like, once you get those in, you have to drill them out, and that would not have left. What you're seeing right here would have looked completely different had they have been drilled out. So this one has the same date stamp, U39A. So is this a 2025? No, 2026 JD McPillar? It is. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wait, what? Hold on. Guys, we might have had a discovery here. So, U11A, okay, so that means this was produced during the 11th week of 2025 at the A Factory. Okay, JD McPillar was not released in 2025 unless I'm completely losing my mind. Which means this is like a canceled prototype quasi because we know he's coming out in 2026 in case D. I'm just going to spoil that. What? This is crazy, guys. Comment your thoughts down below. What is this? Where is this? I mean, was he in a multi-pack that I'm just completely forgetting? I have no idea, guys. This is actually crazy. I mean, the Jackson Storm here, U39A, you could attribute this to like a late 2025 release, I guess. I mean, it's a very light gray, though, so it almost looks like a Pro. This is wild, guys. I'm kind of freaking out, nerding out over this, something that you guys might not even care about. Let's investigate this one. So Cam Spinner was a 2025 release, U40A. I mean, that's a very, very late produced Cam Spinner, though. But that one's just not as monumental as J.D. McPillar, who we know is a 2026 release. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong down below, but let's try and rationalize how that could have even happened. All right. Those are a little cooler than I thought, I guess. All right. What else do we have here? We have a Mini Racer Prototype Jackson Storm P0003. This is just a regular Jackson Storm. All right, fine. Not going to lose my mind over that. Got another mini prototype here. So this is Cruz Ramirez as Francis Belt. No, wait, yeah, I guess, right? So this one's a little mind-boggling. I don't know if this is a custom. I just kind of got to do... No way it couldn't have been a custom, though. I mean, it's painted perfectly. It's like a Fireball Beach version. Nice. But it can't be a Fireball Beach version because of the fact that of the 20. And they never released a Fireball Beach Mini Racer Cruz Ramirez. And you could kind of see, like, it almost looks... It looks painted, yeah. Like painted over. I don't know what this is, guys. I really have no idea. The rivet looks a little messed up there. Again, let me know your thoughts on what the hell this is, because I really have no idea. I mean, Cruz Ramirez's Francis Belline should be muddy, like brown, not sand colored. So that's a little head scratching there. Lots of mysteries in this Giga haul so far, but I love it. We're exploring together. This one also might be a little bit of a mystery here. I mean, right off the bat, it looks like, all right, it's just a Miguel, one of the rarest planes they ever released, but it looks like someone painted his eyes there, like the windshield there, the gray above his eyes. Jeez, I don't know what's going on with half this stuff here. All right, there we go. I mean, this is one of the rarest planes that Mattel's ever released, like I said. Only released internationally. 08 UP. What does that even say? I wish this was coded, though. That would be cool. Does not appear like it is. We know that there are a couple coded Vanderbird prototypes out there. Yeah, some of these things I just get. Man, I am a clumsy guy today. But yeah, some of these things I just order. You know, they're so cheap it just doesn't, you know, really matter. You know, I just grab it and kind of figure it out later. You know, speaking of planes, I have a for sure fire prototype plane on hand here, and that is Mr. Skipper. Crazy that some of this stuff is just surfacing now. I mean, this Skipper is probably like 10 years old and then some at this point. You got red landing gear here. Very cool. You have red engine and then like a very light teal propeller. So some of those plastic parts, you know, just colored in strange ways. But yeah, I'll take it. Cool. I'll take some planes prototypes. I'm glad that those are still circulating around after all this time. All right, what else do we have here? Marcelo and Marco. I'm not sure which one is which. I have the other one here, though. This one completely unpainted. Even the phone unpainted. I don't know. It almost looks tampered with. This guy is in pretty rough shape. Almost looks like someone painted. Yeah, it kind of looks like someone painted over the eyes and stuff. Don't love that. Yeah, this is giving me some sketchy vibes. I don't love how this guy looks. But again, didn't break the bank on any of these, so I'm not going to lose my mind. This one here, fully painted, but you have the Sharpie mark on him. Can't really read what that even says. I guess that might be the product code. We can't really confirm with the base because they don't list it on Pitties because they're so small. Barely any surface area. So guys, let me know your best guesses on some of these maybe prototypes or whatever they might be. I would love to know what you guys have to think. And here we have another Pitty. Race Team Guido with headset. Really underrated release. One of my favorite Guidos because of the expression. You guys know I love looking off to the side expressions. Also with some Sharpie marks. Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on, but we'll have to do some investigation at some point. And yeah, definitely open forum to let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Another mini racer. This one also coded like Jackson Storm, P0004. Cal Weathers, just a normal Cal. All right, so something I understand. That's the thing, ordering in these lots. I'm like, all right, I don't really know what I'm getting, but I just kind of want to have fun with it and see what happens. Here we have this new basic collection Sally that's available in Europe and some other more international places of the world that don't get the 155 scales, or they're not as common as they are. Like, you're not going to find these in the UK, Australia, Canada, the US, but you're going to find them in places like the Netherlands, actually, who Diecast Dungeon actually came back with some of these and has listed them on his eBay store. I've actually ordered them. You'll probably see them in the next Giga haul, but for now, we have an unspun version of Sally. These have metal bases and plastic everything else, so very strange. You know, the original basic collection was plastic, all plastic, and it was just, you know, regular 155 scale, not cartoonified, chunked versions like you're looking at here of Sally and Mater. This one looks like it's complete and it's all done. Looks like they're just put together with screws. Yeah, that's plastic. Very strange, like almost feels like the Lightning Racers Disney Junior show that we got word of a couple months ago, because they all are, you know, cartoonified. Basically cute little chunky versions. And a second one for good measure. I thought this one might have also been unspun, but it doesn't appear like it. Okay, fair enough. Moving right along here, we have a prototype Glow Racers Cruz Ramirez with some Sharpie marks. Don't know what any of that means. No decals, no eyes, no date stamp. Fun, fun, fun. Just in time for the holidays, here we have a clutch Kringle base, or body rather, just the metal body with the interior piece there, the plastic window. So a little prototype action on him, I guess. That's why it's so fun ordering big lots of just random stuff. It's just so many surprises. Like, what am I in store for? What do we have here? I have no idea what this is either. It's a plastic prototype. Is this from the basic collection? Made in Vietnam? Is this a color changer prototype? This might be a color changer prototype for H.J. Hollis. Yeah, the purple wing is kind of giving it away, but man, I love the colors on that. Okay. I do think we have some color changers prototypes in here. Here we have a Sheriff, also made in Vietnam. This kind of reminds me of that one light blue Sheriff color changer we got not too long ago. This is not a basic collection Sheriff. The basic collection Sheriff is a different model. Okay, we'll take that too. Sure. I think I have a couple more of them too. Keep the streak going. 2 cars, same baggie, not advisable. We have a Francesco Bernoulli. This one's nothing too crazy, but yeah, also made in Vietnam. And then Jackson Storm in a light blue, which does match his color changers shade of blue. So yeah, I guess all 4 of these are color changers prototypes. Okay. I'm not complaining. Sure. What about this? Now, someone told me what this big Mater is from. I'm sorry, I've forgotten. What is this big Mater a prototype from? God, this guy is probably like 136 scale. Not quite as big as like the Jada stuff, but obviously bigger than the Disney Store, Mattel, Tomica stuff. Some articulation there. Nice, all right. Kind of creepy again, though. Mouth wide open, eyes absolutely terrifying. I'm going to put this right by my bed so I could look at it and scare myself to sleep every night. Okay, let's continue on, shall we? Now, this is an example of a basic collection car, I think. It's either a basic collection car or was this in a playset? See, now I'm just all over the map, guys. But this is a cool car. Dirt Track Cars 3 Lightning McQueen. It's just the base and the tires. Unfortunately, no dirt detailing on the body itself, but still really cool. 99% sure this is a basic collection release, which, again, shows some value in the basic collection as they've done a couple things that aren't technically in the main line. All right, getting to your guys' favorite coated Thailand prototypes here. You have Mandy Fruitenbender, one of the best releases from last year, if not the best release. I think I have changed my favorite from last year. I know I did my top 10 video, and I think I said it was Mandy. It's Margaret Motoré. I'm sorry. I've changed my mind. Here we have GRC Carlo Veloso, also coated. And for good measure, GRC Francesco Bernoulli, coated. Yum, yum. All right, another very odd prototype. So it's Precision Series Ramone with a chrome base. You do have the rubber tires there and the hydraulic system, but the actual Precision Series Ramone does not have a chrome base like this. So very interesting. Again, I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. Not in the best condition in the world, but yeah, another interesting piece. Another mystery added to this Giga haul. Here are a couple non-mysteries though. 2017 coated Chinese prototypes. This one's really faint. You can see right there, 199. A couple that I don't have. I almost actually have every 2017 Cars 3 release coated, which is pretty crazy. They made a lot of them snuck out. And we have 009 here for Heyday Smokey. Too bad this Natalie Stern isn't more like the prototype version. I guess it is, though. I don't know. Sterling's the one that looks a little more different. Sterling, Taco, a couple of those 2017 code prototypes look very different from their finalized versions. Speaking of Natalie Stern, yeah, remember from Cars on the Road, from the electric vehicle clan? Yeah, there's a car that looks exactly like Natalie Stern, and except has a big taser and solar panel and flag attached to her. Slightly different color, but this is a custom from Sensei Luminous that you'll see a review of on the channel at some point down the road. But I guess this is just a little tease here in the Giga Haul, which leads me into the next segment of the Giga Haul. Customs, lots of them, never before seen, that will be peppered on my channel over the next couple months. Not sure which I'm going to do first, but this is probably going to be one of them, and it is Zombie Ivy. Yeah, pretty cool, right? So it's, you know, in the color from the B-movie episode and has the brains like Doug Crankle. These customs, the next ones that you're going to see, including Ivy, are from Wilson's Diecast, who did the Carmen from Mater Private Eye that you saw on my channel a few months ago. So sticking with Cars tunes, here's an unreleased Cars tune, the To Protect and Serve short, in which we would have seen Mater covered and entangled in Police Do Not Cross tape. The Disney Store did do this version of Mater, but yeah, obviously Mattel only did that 3-pack with McQueen and the 2 cop cars. It's one of my favorites from this batch. Speaking of Mater, speaking of Cars tunes, I've wanted this since I was 9 years old, and I kid you not, guys, there are so many cars from the Cars tunes that I have wanted for forever. And I used to dream, no, I didn't used to dream, like I was awake and I'd be like, man, if I had control of the Cars line, this is what I'd release. And a lot of it was Cars tune based because there was just so much easy to grab. You don't have to go into the background as much as you do for Cars 1. I mean, the stuff from Cars tunes are right there. Like, this is the first version of Tormentor when he just gets into the ring with, yeah, I mean, it was ice creamer, right? So this is another amazing custom that you guys will see here on the channel. I don't care how many views any of these videos get. I'm not anticipating they get many. I'm not sure how much of a market there is anymore for some of this Cars Tuned stuff, but I just need to get this out, documented into the world. Now these two might get a few more views, but I still don't think any of these videos are going to be all that popular. Mater, Private Eye, Mia, and Tia. So you have the one, I don't remember which one is kidnapped here with the car boot and the duct tape, and which one's free there with the veil and everything. But yep, that be them. Again, the only Cars Tuned short that Mattel didn't release a single car from, letting the Disney store really take over there and do a nice 3-pack. Let Tomica do, you know, Lieutenant Lightning McQueen, and I don't know how they just sat it out. Another short that Mattel really dropped the ball with. They did some stuff. I have to give them credit. They did, you know, Fillmore and Sarge, which are pretty cool. But the Mater they didn't even appear in the short. So why not do Flo that appears in Radiator Springs 500 and a half? Each townie had a fantastic wardrobe. In fact, a couple of them, like Mater, have multiple. I mean, Mater, you know, is Stanley. Then Mater has the coconuts, the Hawaiian outfit. You have McQueen as Stanley. And then obviously McQueen, you know, goes off-roading. You have Sheriff in a beautiful paint job. You have Lizzie in a great paint job as well. Getting back to Mater Private Eye, though, what about black and white Carmen? I couldn't do the colored version without also getting a black and white version. And let's throw in the table as well and the tires that Mater Private Eye basically bribed Carmen with to get her to give that info. So now I'm clicking away on Mater Private Eye, guys. I'm coming for Stinky. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Stinky the garbage truck. There will be a day where I have Stinky and Clyde, and then I'll feel pretty good about that short. All right. Do we have anything else in that kind of same vein? I don't think so. So let's continue. Let's get back to some prototypes, eh? Some recent 2025 prototypes. We have Grem here. This is a Thailand Grem, just missing the base and the wheels. But you could still see, you know, the bare metal with the red painted pieces. Kind of like that Mike Fuse that we were looking at with the painted side view mirrors. Thailand, you know, doesn't use as many interesting colors, I would say, on average, as China did with these prototypes, because here, again, you have just bare metal, red pieces. You do have a couple. I mean, you have a turquoise base, blue bumper up here. This is Superfly, by the way. This is, yeah, this is a Thailand version, like the 2020 version, I guess. That's kind of old now. Here we have Bruno Motoro. I think I have a bare metal version of this, so now I have one painted in the navy blue that Thailand loves to use, along with the beige bases and the red plastic pieces. This one's pretty elite, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty underrated. One of the better pieces of this Giga haul, just considering it's a canceled car. It's the Fan Favorites Fillmore that had the hitch there, and, you know, basically pit crew member Fillmore with the hitch. Yeah, it was supposed to come out on the Fan Favorites line in 2020. 2019, whatever. 2019, yeah, that makes sense. No, it was like 2019. You know, Mattel kind of made that switch to Thailand and Vietnam and really kind of screwed up the Fan Favorites line. But yeah, really nice prototype here. Grateful to have it. Oh, here's another coated Thailand one that I forgot to show you guys. And that is, yeah, all the way from 2020, Race Team Fillmore, who pretty sure is going to get a re-release as a single in 2026. Here we go. Let's go back to that 2005 Cars teaser trailer. A couple of the custom racers. Going to do a lot of videos on this stuff, guys. 2026, you're going to see a lot of videos on these stock cars from the teaser trailer. I have a bunch of them. Like, you're going to see some more in this video. You saw some in a previous Giga haul. There will be videos on these custom stock cars at some point. I'm just kind of biding my time and waiting for the perfect moment. Here you have the Frozen Bagels one. Don't want to show off too much because, again, these are all going to get their own videos. And those are just a couple that I already took out of the box. Guys, I have a few more here. You know, shall we? Shall we dive in? Yeah, listen to that bubble wrap. Is that some ASMR? The tape certainly is not. Tape and bubble wrap, not a great man. I mean, I know it's necessary, but man, sometimes it makes it very difficult to open stuff, especially when you don't want to damage fragile customs. Here's another beautiful custom of one of the stock cars in that Cars 1 teaser trailer from 2005, none of which really made it into the final version of the movie. But you can see where they were going. It's just pretty crazy how different it ended up looking. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google 2005 Cars teaser trailer. It will come right up. And then, yeah, you could surf in the background and examine where did all these cars I'm showing you actually appear, because none of them really appeared. None of these sponsors made it into the final version of the movie. But you can see some inspiration, like this Pizza Planet racer here, one of the better ones, I'd say. They obviously opted to morph the Pizza Planet Easter egg into Todd, the Pizza Planet truck. Again, which appeared in every Pixar movie, so I guess we shouldn't be too surprised that they did that. But, you know, they were going to have the racer there. What else is in this box? Oh, yeah, I also got a couple cars, a couple international cardbacks, I guess. So here you have a dusty Speed Demon here. But I appreciate these came from TUI Cars Unboxings. We'll do a larger shout out when I review the customs themselves, but yeah, I appreciate him. So this is just an international Speed Demon, as it just shows him on the back and not the other cars from, I guess, it would have only shown Road Trip Lightning McQueen at that point because they were the first two Cars on the Road singles released. In that case with Flipped Over and George Newman. So here I have that international version. And then you have 2021 Clutch Aid Racing Tractor on the Streamline blister. Let's remember Canada and Mexico got these Streamline airtight blisters before the rest of the world did, before the US, Australia, the UK did. And they had these black and white cardbacks, which obviously Mattel, you know, went back to the colorized versions when they standardized them across all of the world. But yeah, I mean, they were testing this stuff out dating back to 2011 in Korea. That's right. And then, you know, in Mexico, starting in like 2017, I think actually is more accurate, 2017. And then Canada in 2020. And obviously, the entire world come 2022. So, pretty cool. I like those. All right, what else do we have here? Getting down to the end of it. Here's an Air from GetMeCollecitlbes. Check out his eBay linked in the description below. And his email if you want to ask about cases, full cases. Yeah, no eyes. This is how no eyes Airs look now. Not as cool as how they used to. So again, basically no eyes from Thailand look like this. No eyes from New China look like this. No eyes from Old China was just painted over, like that would have just been red because it was a part of the main metal body and not a separate plastic piece inserted. Now, speaking of GetMeCollecitlbes, I don't want to put any, I mean, he did tell me this. I should tell you guys this. I don't know if you'd want me telling you guys this, so don't tell him I told you this. But he said, and take this with a grain of salt, because we already know that KC has been found in certain parts of the world, namely Hong Kong. But he told me case C and D are canceled. Like, literally. And I think he said case M was canceled too. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there. If it ends up being right, it ends up being right. If it doesn't, I mean, we kind of already know it's a little refuted. But, I mean, I was a little surprised KC hasn't shown up in more places yet. It's a little worrisome, but maybe it's just confirmation bias. Like, oh yeah, KC hasn't shown up in too many places yet. And, you know, GetMeCollecitlbes says it's canceled according to his Mattel rep. And yet, I mean, it is only November, like late November. KC traditionally doesn't hit stores widely until late December. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it out there. You do what you want with that information. But that is all I have for you. I don't think there was anything else in this box. let me show you guys some cool items I got from BoxLunch. Yeah, so what happens when Mattel continues to disappoint? I start looking elsewhere to satiate my Cars hobby hunger. And yeah, this does the job pretty good. I got this stuff on BoxLunch.com. It's pretty cool. Sculpted ceramic mug, cozy cone. Let's open this. Why not? I mean, look how cool it looks. You got the sleeping car there on the back, the front with the logo. I mean, that's pretty cool. Bio World Merch is the manufacturer, but it is sold through BoxLunch. Now, I've never heard of Bio World Merch before, but I mean, they're putting something out that's pretty legit here. It's a nice packaging too. Like, it looks very, very legit, which it is. Oh man, they got styrofoam in here. I hate styrofoam because it chips as you're trying to get it out of the box, and then it just makes for a big old mess. All right, I think I got it. Oh, okay. Was not expecting it to be separate pieces, actually. So, this is kind of cool. You have like a coaster, and then the cup upside down. Actually, I'm not sure if I like that. So when you're drinking out of it, it's upside down. And then when you are done with it, I guess let dry after you wash it, it looks good. I mean, I guess. Could you have maybe made it so the narrow end was at the top so it's not upside down? I mean, it looks good. Looks pretty cool. Just it's an interesting design choice, though. I mean, it looks phenomenal like this. Like, I love that. You know, it feels really good quality, too. Hand wash only. Bio World. Okay, it's good to know. All right. I mean, cool. Just not exactly what I was expecting. And there's another item from the same manufacturer. An oil cruette. This one might be cooler here. Motor oil. I love how they show you all angles of it, just so you know what you're getting yourself into. Appreciate that. Obviously, Mattel doesn't always do that. You know, sometimes they don't even show you what you're buying. Shout out that Amazon Holiday 5-pack that we reviewed in August. Exclusive Lightning McQueen. Yeah, I don't know about that. Really stretching the definition of exclusive there. And yeah, I'm just stalling as I fight with the styrofoam here. Don't know if I'm winning because it's making a little bit of a mess. But all right, here we go with the oil cruette. Yeah, this is cooler. It's almost like a flask. Motor oil, guaranteed satisfaction. What on God's green earth? I'm not sure if I like this, though. Lightning McQueen, the design on this, you know, they basically layered and copied and pasted the text over each other and misaligned it 1,000 times. Randomly slapped combustor and carbon cyber on there. 95, okay. Lightning bolt, RPM, octane gain. I like this, and I like this. You have a cork. Okay. So you fill it through there, I guess. Not a toy. That's right. We don't review toys here. I don't know. It's a little strange to me. That is how it's supposed to look, but not sure exactly what they were going for with this decal here on the side. But other than that, yeah, this is pretty cool and something unique to add to the collection. So I will take that all day long. I'm sure you guys have been looking at this. I don't know what this is from. You guys tell me, but it's a prototype for it. It's like a bobblehead, Lightning McQueen. Pretty cool. It's a nice conversation piece in the collection in black and gray. And you have the 3 haulers in the back. All you need to do is look at them. That's how they're packaging them now. It's actually like, it's not bad, but they're just going to get damaged, and that's really the issue with it. I mean, haulers get damaged as it is without being exposed to the elements, and now you remove the plastic blister. I know what they're doing, cutting down costs. I get it, but I don't know if it's worth it. Forgot about this custom from Wilson's Diecast. You have Chug with hat, something that Mattel actually canceled. Really cool. Again, not only are these customs awesome, but they come from underrated now, forgotten parts of the hobby. being some of those cars tunes, being planes. So I'm very happy about all of those. And I think that's all I have for you guys, which, yeah, it's been a long video, so it's not like that was anything little, but I'm just looking around to make sure because my table is overflowing. But that's everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Couple more, actually. I don't think I showed you guys these before, but these are also from BoxLunch. Yeah, so this is also from BioWorld. I got this medicated Rust-eze bumper ointments can. So this one's a little bit more functional with the lid here. Yeah, a lot more functional than the oil cruette, which, again, that's really just a display piece, but not really sure what you would use it as. And you have this Radiator Springs mug, which is beautiful. It's kind of like a purple almost. It's not black. It's like a blue purple. This is a different brand, though. This is not the BioWorld like the other 3 pieces were. So, all right, cool. Lots of interesting pieces in this Giga haul, as it should be, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below, what have you scored lately? And I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.